As hairy as the last couple minutes of that game was, especially the last couple, last 30 seconds, I'm so glad we weren't up just by 1, 2, or 3 like we've been here and at their place a couple times and lose the game. So our kids have battled. We battled when we had to. Wisconsin came out of the halftime with precision, and we did not. And I thought it was going to cost us, but we got a good old-fashioned luck bank shot from Zach at the shot clock that really changed his world a little bit for what he's going through the last couple of weeks, and changed us, as well as a 4-pointer from Muhammad. All of a sudden, the 8-point lead was gone. And so it was just a great effort by our kids, just finding a way to win without a lot of necessarily things working well. We break a press, and then we throw it off the backboard when we're about to get a dunk. It's like hard to imagine that would happen, or they get 6 rebounds in that last play. They could have put it away, found a way to win anyhow. So those are the sweetest ones. Wisconsin's such a good program, and they do such a great job. The Achilles heel for us with them has been the post offense over and over and over. And I had Austin Davis just watching Ethan Happ today, because he's as good a post player, just pure post player, as I've seen since I've been here. He's just excellent. And so it's really a great win for us to be able to beat those guys who have had great success for us during their tenure here.
Brandon?
Hey, Coach. Zach was not only back in terms of getting those scoring numbers back, but he was also making good plays in terms of assists, and he was part of that double team you guys put on Happ.
Yeah.
So what did you think of his overall performance, and is this what came?
It was exactly what the doctor ordered for him. Right, he could make some shots when he rolled off that screen. How many times does he make that big shot where we run multiple action left to right for him, and he comes off, and the big man's backing off. He's got to make that shot over a 6'10" guy. And so he made it again today, and that's really been part of his calling card when he's been here. So just a couple of games like that to make that happen, and it can change a lot of things.
I'm sorry, Andrew?
Hey, Coach, following up on Zach, I mean, he gets to the free throw line, he gets a layup early, but then air balls, the corner three. I guess what were you thinking at that point, and why do you think he turned it around?
No different. I mean, when he threw that air ball and missed by 4 feet, I don't care. I told him to shoot it when you were open. It's going to be very hard for us to have success this year if we shut him off and just say, no, he scored 1,400 points. We don't say, okay, you don't know how to score anymore. You don't forget that. It's riding a bike. Now, you might fall down a couple times, but you just got to keep going with him and going with him while you build another package around him.
Heather?
Coach, Happ had 18 in first, but 4 in second. I mean, obviously, the double team worked out somehow. What was the game plan?
Well, when we looked at our numbers last time that we played us, we actually, Northwestern just double teamed them the whole game, and it was a point per possession. And when we didn't double team them last time, it was 0.6. So we said, we can have it in our package, but we're not going to do it unless we need it. Not all of those were post-ups now. He blew by Mo a couple times. Mo's 21 points. I'm really happy about that. He's got to improve with his defense too. He got sloppy a few times, and he's just got to get better there. But Happ is really good. There's not a defense, and I think part of why Wisconsin's so successful with us and others, there's just so little low post game in college basketball, just dominating low post players, and it's unique for people to guard. Hayes is not quite as good because he's not the extremely good passer, but he's probably one of the next best in the league.
Just to follow up real quick, you mentioned 0.6 in that first matchup. What changed this time? Was it just the sloppiness that you talked about?
No, but he's good. He missed some shots from like 4 or 5 feet. He didn't miss them this time, and we're not going to put a blame on him. He's a good player. But we weren't going to change just to change, knowing we had it in our package, and save it for the second half, right? Bluff at him, just save it for the second half, and see if we need it.
Right in front of John.
Derek noted how they weren't going to give him anything tonight, but he had the penetration to set up Muhammad's 4-point play. And talk about how he competed on a night when he wasn't going to get 20.
Well, you can give Showalter a lot of credit. But let's remember that Bronson Koenig was not here today, right? And they're safely in the NCAA tournament. It's a great move by Greg to sit him down and let him get healthy. And I don't know what this game would have turned out if he was out there, because Trice is going to be a really good player. But Showalter is an elite defender. I don't care who he puts on, he shuts off your water. And so Derek, he had some good looks a couple of times. He didn't get many, right? And then all of a sudden he found the right people. So that's more typical of not the percentages, but for him not to score a lot and get a lot of assists. So I'm just glad other people were there to pick it up.
Brendan?
You say you weren't going to change just for the sake of changing, but in that second half, to make the change and to execute it,
Yeah.
is that kind of the next step for this group defensively? Like
Yeah,
in-game
yeah,
adjustments,
yeah.
things like that?
Yeah, the biggest thing about when you double team a post guy is not the double team, it's the rotation. That somebody's got to know he's got to get the basket, somebody's got to get the foul line, somebody's got to take the pass out on the strong side. And to get 3 guys in that position is really hard. And he's such a good passer. So I was, when we double teamed Indiana, right, that Brian is a good passer. He's not this kid's a great passer. But at the same time, he's also a great scorer. So that's a step for us. To make that long story short, we executed, but we had practiced. I've been afraid to use it because games were close, and I didn't know if somebody would blow it up. Now we got enough practice where we have it in our package for the future.
Min?
You kept DJ Wilson out for a lot of the second
Yep.
half. Was that purely based on the...
Yeah, I just felt we had a good flow and we needed to score points. One of the things of playing against Wisconsin is scoring points. It's really difficult. And Derek Duncan's done a great job. His defense is improving daily. He's done a great job, really stretches things for us. And so we decided to just stay with that and use him for defense down the stretch.
Right in the middle with Mark.
You talked about yesterday about the prosperity being the enemy.
Yeah.
What was different tonight? Do you think there was something different about your guys and their approach?
I don't know if they go up 8 like that, maybe we don't win the game. Maybe it's nip and tuck, we let it get away at the end. I think that our guys got that back to the wall again, knowing that we were in trouble. We were in trouble. They were doing it. And Derek Walton's in the huddle shouting at people, we got to get stops. We got to get stops. That's not typical Derek Walton. So these guys know, as I said to them in the games look like when you're playing a top 25 team, home or away, if it's on the road, it's probably worth 2 wins, right? You win at home, it might be worth a game and a half, as far as if you're going to build on your resume right now. So they'll continue to win, but I felt a sense of urgency from this team once we get down by 8.
Go back to Brendan.
Getting Zach and Derek to do it on the same night, is
Yeah,
that still just a
that would be
coincidence?
good. Yeah, it'd be good, but I think we're getting great stuff from Duncan. I mean, and Mohammed, they're just giving us enough. But yeah, if we can get those two together, but like I said, the change that happens with them, and Tim Hardaway, Karis LeVert was here, Jordan Morgan, and Josh were all here rooting for us, but is when you got their elite defender on them, on you. That is difficult. That you got that guy on you, is that big step. And now that Derek right now has been so good, he's going to draw a lot of that type of coverage, a lot more attention.
I'll go back to Mark in the middle, coach.
Teskey move didn't really work out. What was the thought process there? Instead of putting
What was the question?
Teskey?
Yeah.
I mean, instead of putting Mark in.
Yeah, I mean,
there?
when Hap redshirted, and this is really 3 years. He's such a high IQ player. I mean, he just saw opportunities with him, and I'm trying to get John as much run as we can, so that he can learn on the fly. He can't learn in practice as much as he learns in game. So it wasn't a good 2 minutes. I'm going to put him back in again the next game. He's got to get out there. I'd like to put him back in again. He's got to get out there and experience it so you can see on video and he can learn. But I'm not. It's Mark. Obviously, I didn't turn him in the second half.
Who's got it? Oh, Brandon.
Mo was on the stationary bike there for a good period of the second period, or second half. Was that just to keep him fresh?
I have no idea why he's going down. I must have saw Dirk doing it last night. I said, where's Mo? He's down the bike. Okay.
Anybody have anything else?
Usually, we have different calls. That's just funny. The German, as he tries to interpret what I'm saying, he's really good at it. But on the fly, there's some interesting things that come out. So I'm not going to ask him why he's on. He's on. He's staying loose. It's okay. Nothing wrong.
In the back right.
Wondering what you think about the home stretch with 5 games to go.
Oh, man.
4 of them on the road, but you're
Yeah.
building momentum here.
Yeah, if you looked at this stretch of whatever 6 games we had, and I don't know what we were 4-2 or something, and it was all what these teams have traditionally been in the NCAA tournament. Every one of them's been in almost every year since we've been here. And now we go into it, and now it's the new wave of teams that are really good. The Minnesota, Northwestern, Nebraska, all on the road. The only home game we got is a team I think can win the national championship, Purdue. I think they're just really, really good. They get themselves going. They're really good. And we got to go to Rutgers, which has been tough. It goes from the frying pan to the fire right now because it's on the road. And that great crowd we had tonight, we're going to see, in Minnesota, right? Because they're excited now. I watched the Indiana game last night. They're excited. So we're going to have to go in there and play better than we did today. That's for sure.
Brendan, you want to pull?
Are we getting him tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. It can wait. That's fine.
Put it out with the bang there,
I don't see me getting a Muhammad story in the next 10 hours.
So tomorrow, it'll probably be 2:15, and instead of this room, they rented it out. It won't be ready for us, so we're gonna go up to the club.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.